Hey guys, happy Thursday. Thanks so much for popping in here tonight. I appreciate you coming in here, and thanks replay viewers for watching as well. We are going to continue making some improv blocks tonight. Where we were using up like the scraps of my Splendid Sampler quilt along. I have just a few scraps left, so I think between today and tomorrow we'll have used them all up, and on Saturday I will finish hopefully assembling the back of my quilt. So this is for the Splendid Sampler quilt along, which is starting up again today. So here's the book, the Splendid Sampler quilt along. We are starting today with block 1 again. So that's the Hearts Aflutter block. So if you go to thesplendidsampler.com, there's more info there. But so you'll be getting a new block every week, a new block to 2 blocks every week to sew up for the Splendid Sampler quilt along. We've done this once already, but now since the book is out again, they are starting it up again, and it's going to be all a random order. And you can share it on the Facebook page for the Splendid Sampler, and it's going to be super fun. So I will do a block here and there for this second quilt along, but I'm going to finish up my quilt from the first version of the quilt along first. So onto the back for this thing again. But if you did want to start sewing with everyone else, it is starting up again today, and you can find out more info at thesplendidsampler.com. So thanks guys for coming in here tonight. If you're new, my name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make lovely and quirky hand embroidery patterns and kits. And I'm here every night at 9:30 p.m. Central, where we chill and relax and craft together and just hang out in the evenings here. So thanks again. I'm going to flip you around. Let's get started with these scraps. I want to see how many scraps I can use up tonight. So let's do that. Thanks for coming in, guys. Okay, here we are. So this is my scrap pile. It's getting so small, but we'll actually probably be able to make quite a bit out of this. So let's get started. I think I'm going to just shimmy over here a little bit. Oh, it's stormy there. It's not working for you yet. Oh, bummer, Judith. Yeah, that can affect things quite a bit. So, all right, here's the book again, you guys, if you wanted to see without it being flipped in reverse. But the Splendid Sampler and the block that they're going to start out with is on page 56. So here we go. I think this one they might have had on the website as the starter one. So last time we did actually start with this block, and we're starting with this block this time too. But after this block, I think it's going to be random. So they will pick whichever block from here that they think. So it won't be. Oh gosh, that's cute. They won't pick the same block order as the first time around. So that'll be kind of fun. It'll still be neat little surprises. So that's the plan. So, all right, here are the rest of my scraps. You know what? I'm going to just start with this large scrap here, and why don't I start with these? I know yesterday I was itching to do one of these, make this into a flying goose block. Flying geese block? Flying goose block? I don't know. So I'm going to just start by sewing these together, and we'll see. I might need to add another little piece on top. So here's a backup piece. How about that? All right, let's go rolling up the sleeves and getting started for the night. So we've been making these for a few nights, and so I won't get into it too much, but what we're doing is taking 2 pieces and then trying to even them out. So, for this piece to be sewn to this piece, this edge is pretty short. It needs to be as long as this piece. So that's what we're trying to do. Let's combine as many pieces together as it takes to be the same height. Then we will sew that onto it. So it looks like a lot of people's aren't working again tonight. I am not sure what to do about that. So some are. See, that's the thing. I think Facebook must just be messing with us because I've run the Facebook update and I've run my system update now, and my Wi-Fi is good on, like, I have all my Wi-Fi bars and stuff on my end tonight, so I don't know what the issue might be. But yeah, so it is working for some people. Ooh, wow, that is as crooked as can be sewn, but that's okay. I just want to check here real quick. I might just add that other piece to it right away. Yeah, see, we're definitely, I might even need a bigger piece. What about this piece here? Coming in loud and clear. Oh, all the way New Zealand there for you, so that's something. All right, let's sew this guy on here. That I think will be a decent height. Then we can press this all at once. All right, we'll snip our little leaders off of there. Oh, it's working for you too, Carol. Okay, good. So, unfortunately, I'm not sure what else I can do on my side to make it work. So, it may be one of those things that Facebook's just going to have to figure it out. You never updated. Oh, the update for you is what's causing or can cause problems for you. Okay, so you didn't do the update. Oh, that's interesting. Because like if I don't do the update, then it freaks out. Who knows? It's not fun though, for sure. All right, I had to lose that sweater that I was wearing. I'm still wearing double sweaters, which is a bummer. All right. That's about the right height. It's kind of crazy and bowed though. I'm just gonna trim the edge, straighten this edge up, which in turn is gonna make it even more crooked, which is fine. I will we'll sew this on and then I'll just trim that weird little crooked bit off and we'll trim this side too. But let's sew it on first. It's funny, we're gonna have this crazy angle here, but I kind of like it. Yeah, so if you guys aren't coming in, I would try to, yeah, I'm not even sure if it's necessarily rebooting. I think it's more actually uninstalling Facebook and installing it again. That's what's worked for me in the past, which is just annoying. You have to go to the iTunes store or the Play Store and full on uninstall it. And actually, I don't think that's how you uninstall it. You have to press your apps so that if you're on an iPhone, so that they wiggle, and then you click that X on it to delete the app. And oh man, for Android, it's something similar. I don't quite remember how to delete an app, but then you have to go up and then install it again. You're not going to lose information or anything because Facebook has all that information still. So as long as you can log in, as long as you remember your login and password, then all your saves and all that will be back, even if you uninstall the app. All right, we got one little guy going on here, looking cute. So let's trim him up because he is pretty wonky. There. That's straighter, even though that's weird at an angle. The top and bottom are straight. Ooh, we can trim just a tish from here. I think we can just keep adding to this one for a little bit. I think that's pretty good. All right, there's that block. I mean, we can keep adding to it. Like we have some other fun little shapes there. Why don't we put that there? Adding the leader and ender to, oh, That's so funny, Belinda. That's a cute idea. You might, even to the point of using up your scraps, put your leader and ender in there. I like it. Alright, so now if we treat this as one piece, this is shorter, and this is longer, so we need to be able to fill up this piece. We might need to do that with lots of little bits. So let's just start grabbing. Let's see. Let's maybe do what we did with John's block the other night. Let's just take a bunch of things that are approximately the same height and sew them together. We'll need a lot of them because we're going to lose width on it. We're going to lose a 1/4 inch from each side of these every time we sew. So we are, to fill up this space, we're going to need something like that long sort of thing. Ooh, look how skinny that piece is. It's tall enough. I think this is a hair shorter than the other ones. Oh, well, here's a decent sized piece. I'll have to use that for a different part. This piece is pretty tall. Why don't we sew all these together and see how wide we get? It's kind of pretty, all those together. But that would be about the right height, I think, for this. Oh no, we'll probably need a little bit on top too, but let's start there. I can sew these 2 by 2, kind of chain piece them together. They might end up in a different order because I might not remember what order they go in, but that's okay. That's 1, 2. Now 3, 4. All these, they're so skinny. I can't believe I'm actually saving these pieces, but we're doing it. They're getting sewn into something. And the last 2 here. This is actually a piece of selvage. I can see all those selvage dots in there. I'm going to press all these when we're done. So here's our first 2 and the second 2. I can sew those together. Oh, sometimes, Diane says, sometimes you need to power off your phone. Oh, and wait 5 minutes and then turn it back on. That cleans out the cache and temp memory. Oh, I think if you're on, oh, bummer, Laverne. I'm sorry, that's not working. If you're on a Android phone, or at least with my my Samsung, if you power off, I think there's the option to clear the cache. So that might be something to try. I don't know. Facebook has nothing in their forums or anything about it. They just say it's either your Wi-Fi or their Wi-Fi, basically, and I don't know. I'm kind of doubting that's the case. All right. Now let's sew this last little bit on here. Oh, look how skinny that one is. Funny. Put this right in the middle there. All right. So skinny. Okay, first of all, let's see if this is even wide enough yet because we've lost so much on either side. Or maybe it's too wide. Oh, yeah, we're wider. So we might even add a little piece here yet. That'd be fun. Actually, we could, this blue piece that we found earlier, that's about the same height. We could sew that on and then just keep going with these little blocks. I think we might actually, that might actually be a good idea. Let me press these just because why not? And then I think we might do something like this. We'll keep adding on this side. Using up all the little scraps. Just pressing them all to one side here. And I'll wait till I have the other pieces on before trimming it as well. So, all right, there's our start. Let's add a few more. That's that height onto there. So just again, grabbing from my pile. That looks pretty good. That might, I think I need maybe one more little skinny one on there. These are all pretty short. This one's tall enough, but maybe I want to save that one. What about this? Here's a kitty fabric. That's a little tall too. Here, this one seems the right height. Yeah, we'll put that one on. So between adding these two to the top and adding this to the bottom, I think we might be equaling the same amount. We'll see how it goes. It's fun to just play around here. Doing all these strips is using up a bunch of scraps, so I like that. Bunch of itty bitty scraps. All right, let's sew these together. So I did break out my bolt of fabric of the dark blue. I was running out of my main background, which is the dark blue with the black squares on it. So now I have to make up for the rest of the quilt with this dark blue here. Oops, I gotta finish this guy off. There we go. I'm like, where did it go? All right. Actually, let's see. I wonder if this is wide enough already. If we iron this out. Oh, yeah. I don't think we need another one. I think we are just right there. So let's press both of these. Then we should be good. Let me know if any of you guys are starting up the new Splendid Sampler again. Like who's going to be doing this, the Hearts of Flutter block. That's actually one of my favorites. I do like that little heart. I didn't think I would like all the cute ones with the hearts and all that on, but some of those are actually my favorites. All right, I think, how are we? We could go either way. So let's just, I'll trim up both of these and then we can kind of decide how we want this to go. So I did kind of veer off a little here. So we'll trim quite a bit off. That's okay. There, about like that. Okay, and the bottom's trimmed on this, but we just need to trim this little top a hair. There we go. Okay. So we could have it like with this white thing here, but we kind of had it like this, and I liked it. The other way is we flip it, but I think I like it like that. And what about this guy? He's still not tall enough. There's this. This looked about the right height. So with this sewn and this sewn on, this might actually be the right height all of a sudden. So actually we might need a taller one. We'll sew them one at a time. I'll sew this one on, then we'll check the height again, and then decide if I need this one or a little wider one like this. All right. Line this up a little bit better. There we go. All these little ends, I'm going to use my stiletto to help guide all those seam allowances under. Okay, let's press that. Pressing to this side because it's got less going on. That other side has all those tiny little pieces. Seam allowance would go easier onto this side. Oh, it's so cute. I love sewing all these little scraps together. Alright, there we go. Let's trim it up quick. Always cleaning it up. This side a little bit too. Just a hair. There. Okay. So how much? Oh, yep. See, we do need a wider piece there, especially since we're going to lose a half of an inch. So this might not even be big enough. Yeah, we need like a good ½ inch up there. I think this is even a hair wider than that. Maybe not. I can always trim it a little too, or we add even wider pieces on top. We could add a whole nother row because like that's wide enough. So why don't we let's just add another row. Find pieces that are big enough. This is big enough. That might even be too short. I think they need to at least be this height. So let's add pieces that are at least that height. And maybe we'll just have to exaggerate a little bit. Like these will be too much, but maybe we just need them. Here we can throw another one of these guys in. Should we do another flying geese up at the top here? We'll do a dark colored one, maybe. There. Get a few more of these in. We can maybe even put it down at the bottom first, or as well, but let's sew these together and see what we come up with. I think we'll probably need one more. Well, maybe we won't need one more. Let's sew these together, and then I still might need to add one more. This guy's, he might be a little big. Or maybe not. It'd be cool to have. Yeah, let's start here. I don't know why I keep trying to equal it out to like a square. I don't really need to be doing that. I mean, when we did my husband's block the other night, that was just like a long, skinny block. I don't know. It's kind of fun making it square. I don't know, it's fun making it not square too, but we'll just keep going with what feels right. That's what the improv piecing is all about, I think. Doing what feels good. All right, we'll get these first two together. Oh, sorry, I'm like way behind. My comments were messed up, so I'm way behind in the comments. Let me just page through some of these quick. Sorry, guys. Desktop is good. Done, I'm not sure what's happening. No reception again for you. Desktop, so it seems like people on desktop are working okay. You said sometimes about the heart of the quilt. Something about the heart quilt. Oh, Carol, the heart. Hold on, let me finish reading these. Oh, yes, so, okay. So, I'm, the heart block, let's start there. The heart block, Blocks of Flutter, it's on page 56 of the book. That is the official start of the Splendid Sampler quilt along again. So we're doing the stitch along, the sew along, or quilt along, whatever, is starting up again today, officially, and it's starting with the Hearts of Flutter block. So if you wanna stitch with the group, the Splendid Sampler group, stitch the same thing that everyone on Facebook is stitching, sewing up, then Hearts Aflutter is the block to start out with. Oh gosh, we need a lot more pieces here. It's on page 56, and it's that heart, that big heart with it's that applique heart. Big applique heart. And that is the same block that we started with the last time around, but that doesn't mean that all the other blocks are going to be in order. It's going to be in all different orders. And Sherry, I am going to be continuing doing this, and I will. I'm like so behind, but I'm working on getting a newsletter together for you guys that will let you know what project we're working on next. I do want to give you. It's going to be another project by a different designer, and I do want to give you enough time to like order the supplies you need, or sometimes they'll have a kit with the supplies, so I want to give you guys enough time to be able to order those and get them before we start. So I will for sure let you know. Let me put this over there. Oh no. I'll let you know what we're working on before we get going, so you do have that information. Let me just put this big square here. I think this will be enough. So I will let you know. And I'll let you know in a newsletter, and I'll let you know on here too, but the newsletter is where I'm going to be kind of writing about what's next. Okay, Bonnie, the first two blocks are going to be the same as the last time. Oh, they have the Splendid Sampler page already. Okay, that's right. So when they deleted the blocks from the page, they left two of them. Hearts Aflutter, and I forget what the other one was. But, so those are going to be the first two blocks. But then after that, it'll be a mystery which one they pick. And they'll pick one a week, one or two a week, they mentioned even. So, and then they'll have like extra little bonuses here and there. And, there'll be giveaways and a whole pile of other fun stuff if you follow along with the group. And I'm going to follow along. I'm going to be like aware of what's happening. I'm not going to do all the blocks again, but I might do a block here and there still. All right, let's trim this guy up. He needs quite the trimming. I will be working on this a little bit yet because I still have to quilt it and everything, but I might not do all that live, or unless you guys want, but it might get kind of boring. A whole pile of straight line quilting, but I'll do a lot of it for sure. But we may start up another one of those designer projects while I'm still working on quilting and binding and all that. But we'll see. So I'm hoping I'll finally get a moment to get this newsletter together for you guys. I'm talking to a few designers yet about projects, so we'll see what they say. But I do have a couple lined up already, so I can show you guys those and have you guys have enough time to order what you need to stitch with me. But we will, the projects will probably start out with a few smaller projects, not a huge quilt like this again. Some nice little small projects as like a detox from a giant project, because I don't know, for me, this is a huge giant project. Ooh, this is kind of fun. Got this little crazy, wacky deal going on. Maybe I like that. I don't know if I like the border in the border though. Maybe I still do like this up here. I don't know. I don't know. This shape's cool. I'm gonna put it down here. Decisions. But yeah, I definitely want to make sure that you guys have enough time to get what you need if you want to sew with me. So a few little projects, and there might be another quilt along, not as big, but I might be doing another one of those too after we do some smaller projects. I'm kind of excited for the designers that I'll be working with and the projects with them. So I'll be talking to a few of them more tomorrow, and then I'll be getting a newsletter together about that. All right. But we definitely will continue, and I'm gonna we'll be doing another penguin and fish embroidery stitch along too soon, I'm hoping. So I'll be sure, and we have like a new product to go with that too. So I'll be letting you guys know about that as well. I think all the traveling and everything has got me a little more behind than I was thinking. But we'll get there. Alright, that's fun. This is just such a goofy shape that it's just cool. I like it. Alright, let's trim that. Let's just trim this whole thing. And we'll be ready to sew that side on, the whole original thing we were trying to do. Get that guy on here. Okay. So he could go on this side. Yeah, I'm keeping him where he started, right there. So this guy isn't exactly, I mean, he's skinnier up top than the bottom, but that's okay. We'll just let it be. Actually, is this one skinnier on one side or the other? Yeah, I think it's a little skinnier there, so why don't we put the fat side up there? Then it might balance it out. It might end up square. Should be kind of cool. Oh, awesome, Linda! That's exciting. All right. So I think in the last book, this is we've been using that modern improv. Wait, what is it called again? The improv handbook for the modern quilter. I think I put that link on yesterday's Facebook. I'll put it on today's Facebook again when we're done here. So when we're done, I'll get that link if you wanted that book that shows how to do this improv piecing. I'm loving it. I would love to do all the other types of improv piecing she has in that book. It's just really freeing and really fun. Everything ends up looking so creative. All right. Cool. So here we are. And fun. We kind of got a square going on here. Again, like I was saying, I'm kind of feeling the squares, ending up with a square, but you don't have to. With that other block that we did on my husband's, it was just a really long piece of a bunch of shapes sewn together. But I don't know. I like when they end up as squares. This is not even quite the size of a Splendid Sampler block, I think. Splendid Sampler blocks are going to end up being 6.5 inches before they're sewn into the quilt. So yeah, I'm an inch shy yet of a Splendid Sampler block here. But I don't know. I'm going to set this guy aside for now. I kind of like him. So let's try doing one more yet tonight. But I don't know. I think he's pretty cute, this one. Let's maybe take some of these long pieces. Maybe we do sew a bunch together, kind of like how John did his. Like, what if we balance that out here? Then it's about as long as this one. This one might need a whole pile of them. It's kind of a fun way of doing it, I think. Ooh, let's just lay a whole thing out here. We'll see what happens. We got a big square here. That's kind of too big for us, that square. Let's start with this smaller one. That's wide enough. Probably need one more on there. Oh, this is wide enough for this guy. This will be fun. Then we can just sew up all these little bits and see what happens. Wide enough? Not quite really. Ooh, this is another kind of longer piece hiding in here. I don't know. We'll see if this even works. Who knows? So that to it. Use another skinny piece that can go on the bottom. Wow, maybe we're making too much work for ourselves here, but it's fun. Is this guy wide enough? Not quite, but we could trim everything down. We're getting pretty limited in our pieces. It's odd. It's an odd feeling. All right, why don't we just start here? Let's see what happens when we sew all those into rows. I'll sew them one at a time, and then I'll press them all at once. But I'll sew the rows. I'll trim the rows once we once I sew them up, so I can remember what order they go in. So now I'm on that second row here. All right, so this is our first row. I could be more economical in this piecing, where I can continue like taking pieces from every other one to get them all sewing all at once instead of taking them off each time, but I'm doing it this way just so I can keep track of things. So that's tall-ish enough. Let's get this last piece on here. It's fun using up all these scraps. I can't believe that we're actually doing it. They're all getting used. I'll have a pile of those little scraps left, but I might do something with that. Yeah, it might not end up in the quilt, but I'll definitely not throw them out. I might make a little bag for the quilt. Okay, we definitely need another piece up there. Let's see if I can find something quick. What about this? Yeah, we'll add that guy. I could have started up the next block, but oh well. Okay. Alright, now we got the height we need for that one. Let's sew some of these guys here. See what happens. Could get these two guys together, make another flying piece thing. I kind of like that. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty thick. Let's get my leader in there to help, or my stiletto in there to help start it out. Alright, and then I want to get this guy onto it. And then let's see if adding that one will make it tall enough. Oh, pillow shams for the quilt. That actually might be fun. It's going to be that really thick, we're going to end up with that super thick fabric, so maybe a throw pillow would be nice. Not something that I actually want to sleep on, but yeah, just something decorative. Yeah, I definitely want to play around with that though. Alright, we got a lot of height to go yet. Yeah, I think we'll still use this skinny piece. It's a little skinnier than the other piece, but I think that's okay. We'll just trim down these other pieces. We'll trim down these half-square triangles a bit. They'll be a little skinny, half-square, rectangle-y guys instead. Alright, so let's, while that's still on, let's start sewing this guy. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to sleep with the shams either. Alright, so here's this one. I might flip some of these around, we'll see. But I'll press them all first. Just trying to get all the heights similar enough. We'll get the one more here and see what we got. This little other blue piece on here. That's all we laid out. So let's press all these. See if it looks like anything. I can tell my leader is getting thicker and thicker. It's making a chunky sound as I sew through it. All right, let's press these. We'll start with what we just did. I'm just pressing on one direction. I think that's fine. All right. We'll have to trim all these too before we sew them together. All right. Two more. Keep hearing weird noises out. I think they're still doing some construction tonight. They've been working on construction on our road, and they'll be doing it for like another year or so yet, or a couple of years, and it's kind of crazy. It's huge road construction, but I'm still hearing like construction noises outside right now. It's kind of crazy. I don't think it sounds almost like rain, but I don't think it's raining. All right, so here we are. You know, so anything that's this fabric will kind of disappear a little bit once it's sewn into the quilt. So I'm wondering if we rearrange it kind of like this, it'll look like loop, 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 which might be kind of fun. I think maybe like that. So we're chunking all these on in one area there. So let's trim these up though first. Although this might be against the dark background because I might run out of that blue with the squares on it. We'll see. That's my job for Saturday, figuring that out. Now this is not straight at all either. Clean up the hair. There we go. It's going to be awfully skinny. All right, those two. Oh, I think I had it the other way though, didn't I? Just a little bit down there. Oh, you grew your first strawberries and cucumbers. Congrats! That's exciting. That's going to be a portion of my Saturday too. We have to go to the store and buy all the rest of our plants that we want, and we'll get those in the ground. I'm stoked for that. I think we'll officially finish getting our garden in this weekend. Assuming it's not pouring on us, which apparently could be a possibility, but it's supposed to be nice out as temperature-wise. Just might be a little rainy again. It's a little longer than I thought, that piece. Here's the one that we're making quite a bit skinnier. Got a little bloop in there. Oh, you know what? It is a long weekend for us. But, you know, we both work from home, and we both work on our own stuff, so I don't know. We don't ever really get a vacation like that. Like I'm barely ever aware of vacations like that. But yeah, technically it is a 3-day weekend because of Memorial Day. All right, let's sew these guys. I'm going to start with these two. But yeah, so maybe, I guess shopping will probably be busier. Everyone will be getting in their garden. But yeah, so we have tomatoes and peppers, garlic, onions. All those are in already. I think we need to get some more kale, and I think some squash. And then at that point, I think we'll be out of room in the garden. All right, now I'm doing these two here. I'm being a little more economical in my sewing. So by sewing these two next, the first two will be off the machine, and then I can sew this middle one to that. Put a little piece across the top 3. Oh, I could do that, but I think I just messed that up because I already sewed that long one together. But you can't believe how much things grow overnight. It's been so rainy here. The problem is it hasn't been that sunny. So it was sunny today, so hopefully that helped the garden out. But I think we may have killed a few of our things just because there's been like no sun here at all for a while, which blows. All right, let's get this one attached to here. And then we should be, then I can take this off and put it on the last one. Oh, here I could have put the last 3 on. I see what you're saying. Oh well, we're trimming it now. Oh yeah, so we have mega fenced in the garden this year because that was the huge deal last year, was that the rabbits ate everything, even with a fence. So we had a plastic fence though last time, and they ate right through that. So now we got a huge metal fence, and then with then a walkway in between the fence and the garden. Oh wow, look, this is gonna be super skinny when we're done. And then the garden after the path around it. So we do have a barrier. We haven't taken off the old fence. Or we had a metal fence around one of our gardens, and that metal fence is still there. We're testing the larger fence out to see if it's keeping out the bunnies, and so far, so good. So I think on the weekend when we work on the garden, we'll officially take off that old metal fence, which means we'll be able to reach all the plants without bending over a fence, which will be a huge improvement. I know, the rabbits, they literally ate it all last year. We had a whole ton of kale, and it was growing so well, and then my parents came, and I went out to show them the kale, and it was all gone. It was nothing. Completely gone. So I'm mad at those rabbits, so we uber fenced it in this year. So we just finished that last weekend, and we had to dig up all the grass by hand and everything. So now we can finally get plants in there. I think there's a couple of rabbits there. They're looking at it. They're scoping it out, trying to find a way in. But I don't think they'll find it. And we dug the fence down a little bit too, so I'm hoping that they can't dig under it very easily. Look, we made a funny long one. I like it. So, I don't know. I'm hoping we're good with the rabbit situation. So we'll finish up the garden this weekend too. So hopefully I'll be able to work on this quilt. I think the garden's got to get in because otherwise we'll get to be too late. But there we go. I'm digging this area here. I like what's happening with that flying goose block in there. So awesome. That was kind of fun, laying it all out beforehand and then putting it together. So we really don't have a lot left here. I think we'll end it for tonight, but maybe tomorrow I'll just kind of lay them all out, kind of like how we did this one, just kind of playing with lining them all up like things, because, you know, a lot of these could fit together just barely. And we'll sew like a bunch of teeny tiny little strips again and see what we get. But that's it for scraps, really. I mean, I have a few scraps next to the back of my quilt in the living room, but I might just put like a scrap here and there, just hidden, not hidden, but like a little pixel, a stray pixel in the big borders. That's what I gotta think of next, like laying out the actual big borders so we're the huge size of the quilt, because the quilt back needs to be rather large, and then I'll see where I want little pixels here and there. But all right, guys, here are our 2 blocks. I love all these little doohickeys that we got going on in here. So all right, I'm gonna flip you around and we will call it an evening. All right, hello. So here they are, 2 little blocks. It's fun using up all the scraps. I'm just really having a good time doing it. It is, I mean, you know, this is a pile of extra work. I could have just done, ooh, it's kind of neat that direction. I was looking at it this direction, but kind of like it like that. I like these things up top here. Cool. All right, I like that. And I like these in columns instead of rows. So, ooh, I'm going to call this the top instead now. But yeah, so I will try and find a spot for these in the back of the quilt. We got the bulk of the back done, but I do have like stray floating blocks like this, a few of them yet. And so I think the next step is I have the back, what we have done. I need to unroll the bolt of that dark blue and lay out how big this thing needs to get, and then kind of see where I want some of these stray guys hanging out. So that's kind of my plan for the weekend, because I need to move furniture, because the back of the quilt is going to be bigger than like our living room right now. So I need to move a bunch of furniture to try and get this big enough, and try and sew up the rest of this thing. So tomorrow, okay, yesterday I was thinking it was Thursday, but tomorrow is, we still have one more day here. So tomorrow we'll try and use up all the remaining scraps here. We'll lay them all out and kind of make it like how we did this guy, just sewing a bunch of strips together of things that kind of are the same size. We'll see what we get with that. And that's that for the scraps. And I will probably, if I'm working on the quilt this weekend, if I do get time, I will throw the camera up and pop in here on Facebook Live or something to share with you guys. But all right, that will be that. And I'll try and get that newsletter out of what projects are going to be coming up so you guys can order stuff if you need to. And yeah, so this will go up on YouTube at Penguin and Fish Movies, and it will stay here on the Penguin and Fish page on Facebook. So thanks so much again, guys. Hopefully within a week or so, I'm hoping Facebook just figures out this last update so that it all works again for everyone, because it's not fun that it's freezing on you guys. So, okay, I will catch you guys tomorrow. Have a great day tomorrow, and I'll see you at 9:30 p.m. Good night.